Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Awaken the World. We are live right now, the 29th of March in the year 2021. Seems like yesterday it was the summer of 1984, really. We are live. It is 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We were weather delayed yesterday. We're still having the wind today, but looks like we have a steady stream so far. Understanding the Guru. So nice to see you. I always see Louisa pop up because I only get to see one, and she always even beats Kelly. Way to go, Louisa. And Kelly's sitting right here. Yeah, she got you good. So as always, let me express my love for every single one of you. Whatever is going on right now is absolutely perfect in what it's offering you. And I want to touch on that a little bit. We're going to touch on a few different things. I don't know if you can tell in the picture or not, but my nose is pretty red. And the top of my head, but by tomorrow it's going to be dark. I've been working on building new stairs on the back of the deck. The stairs that were built were not built properly, and they were one stringer short of where they needed to be, and there was a lot of stuff. So I just rebuilt the whole set of them. And then, of course, you have to re-level the deck, and you know, that's down below. There's a number of things to do, but anyways, it's coming along nicely. It looks good. It's nice and solid, and looking forward to be able to walk down those steps. You know, I was out there for the vast majority of the day, and just surrounded by birds. You know, like I don't like bringing loud music outside with me, because in my yard there's life everywhere, and the chirping and the warbling and the singing was just amazing. And it was indeed a wonderful day, but I am worn right out between the wind and the sun and the work and being bent over so much on that deck down below. But every bit of it is always well worth it. So the first thing I want to touch on briefly is some of my favorite lyrics. And this is going, believe it or not, a lot about what we're going to talk about tonight. So if you've listened to many of my videos, you know that the group Enigma holds a very special place in my heart. And I just want to give to you the lyrics from the Return to Innocence. And we're going to talk about that tonight. So the Return to Innocence, and I just love the song, okay? It basically goes, don't be afraid to be weak. Don't be too proud to be strong. Just look into your heart, my friend. That will be the return to yourself. Really powerful words in that first little chorus, or not chorus, stanza. You know, and that's it. It's okay when you're weak, and you're allowed to be strong. Both are okay. And if you look inside yourself, if you look into your own heart, the heart of your being, and we can think about that as our heart, doesn't really matter. But, you know, from that spiritual perspective, we're really talking our lower dantian. That is literally the focal point for the manifestation of what you would consider you. You know, you're manifested within that higher self. And that focal point is right there. That's why we call it that gut instinct. If you want, start to laugh. If you must, then start to cry. Be yourself, don't hide. Just believe in destiny. So in other words, No matter what it is you feel like doing right now, no matter what the state is, it's okay. You don't have to judge yourself. You don't ever want to use words like, well, I shouldn't be feeling this way. No, you're feeling this way for a reason because there is a gift in it. And the gift, of course, when it comes to feeling not so nice, is that your body's communicating to you to be wary of what you're thinking, that your thoughts are off base. And that's causing that dissonant feeling that the body returns to you, sadness, unhappiness, whatever the case may be. Don't care what people say. Just follow your own way. Don't give up and lose the chance to return to innocence. And of course, they're talking about in the terms of one life, but you never lose the chance. And innocence is literally your ground state of being. Returning to that knowingly from the conscious being perspective is full self-realization within this life. And that's where we come into talking about the guru and understanding the guru. So the first thing I want to say about gurus is this: be very wary. And the line in the Enigma song, follow your own way. The guru is not there to show you the way. A true guru is only pointing out the path and making you aware of some of the stumbling blocks, some of the protuberances or boulders sticking out of the path, or thorny bushes maybe, and giving you some insight as to how you may navigate those. But the way you walk your path, another word for your path could be this physical life, that belongs to you. And there's a reason why. You're not here to be like anybody else. The universe doesn't do that. God does not repeat himself. And she certainly doesn't bother making two exact replicas of anything. Even when we perceive it's a replica, it's not. When you look deep enough, we find out it's different. You're here as a one-of-a-kind expression of the divine getting to know itself. God in its apparent individuated form looking upon all of itself. Your way that you walk your life is totally unique. It has never been seen since the dawn of creation itself, and will never be seen again. It is a one-of-a-kind manifestation, and it is a gift. So where do we come to with gurus? Well, I have had the benefit of a number of gurus, but the one thing that I never did was stay with the guru forever. And I was willing to let go of the guru and move beyond the guru. And when you move beyond the guru, what you're really doing is you're turning inward. You're turning into what the Bhagavad Gita describes as the Atma, your own being, your own higher self, which is the one guru. The guru with the big G. G. So again, we come back to, what is really a guru? And I don't consider myself a guru, okay? I really try and avoid all labeling. Kelly and I were talking about that earlier this morning, as a matter of fact. And that's the one thing that I really find interesting when you see someone who's putting all these descriptive labels beside their name. All they're really doing is trying to inflate their egoic sense of self. I would never presume to consider myself a guru, but I am always willing to offer out of a deep, pure love for each and every one of the other apparent parts that I am a part of. That one, how could I not naturally want to offer that? I'm willing to offer what I have to offer, my way, my path, to point to you the gateways and the openings for which you can journey with yourself, to be there to support you and lift you up when you fall down and skin your knee on your journey. You know, I've dealt with a number of you personally over the years now, and it's so hard to believe that this has been going on for nigh 3 years now. As far as the Awaken the World, like it seems like it was yesterday. We were just starting out, and the number of interactions we've had, and the number of times I've been able to pick someone back up. It touches my heart. I see it as the gift when I am offered the opportunity to pick somebody up. And I'm reminded of all the people, all my gurus, who were willing to pick me up. So when it comes to a guru is not someone who asks you for money in exchange for your need. That is not a guru. In times of old, in the tradition of gurus across the East, the guru looked after all elements of the student's being, looked after their physical health, looked after their mental health, and looked after their spiritual health and growth. That is what I strive to do. To speak about the physical and the mental and the spiritual, and to show you the doorway. But the path you walk is your own. The way you place your feet is your own. Don't ever let anybody, no matter what they may appear to be, convince you that there is only one way to reach the top of the mountain. That is another one of those power grabs. That is why I speak the same concepts in 1,000 different ways over and over and over again. Because every single person, as those unique expressions, is going to absorb it in one way that someone else will not. You know, this was alluded to in the Bible in the words, "Let those who have ears to hear, hear, and those to have eyes to see, see." In other words, if you're not in the right place consciously, if you're not open, and perhaps even seeking in some way a higher path with yourself, you will not hear the words of the guru. You will not see the guru in front of you. And I have experienced this in my own youth, where I did not see the teacher. And that's another word for guru. And in my mind, that word is a far more realistic and far more succinct interpretation of what a guru is. The greatest accomplishment of a teacher is to be transcended by the student. This is the gift in the guru's work, in the teacher's work. To watch with great joy the accomplishments and growth of the students. And here's a little secret. If you're still here in physical form, you are both teacher and student, as I still am student. There is no time in this physical journey where we are not capable of becoming more. This is the gift of our existence. And in your search or your acceptance of a teacher or guru, I would remind you that growth is the purpose. Your spiritual raising of consciousness is the purpose. And if you're being asked to give away your money or your life savings, I would really suggest you be very wary. I personally don't see any need for it. Now, that being said, I do want to touch on another subject for a minute. A number of group members have, come to me in private and said, Garhen, I'd like to contribute to what you do. How do I do it? And I had talked with one group member about the possibility of using the Underwater Patreon account, where group members could decide to support us through subscription. And I got to tell you, after meditating on the idea, I just can't do it, okay? I just can't. The purpose of Awaken the World is to serve all of you. It's not a business. It's not something that's meant to earn money in my mind. So I'm going to say this. I am always open to accepting a thoughtful gift should you feel motivated to do so at any time. But I am never open to accepting something from you that you would feel you need to give, because there is no need in here. Everything that I do here is done freely. It's my choice. It's my decision. And I do so out of the love I have for all of you. Good. So that puts that aside, because I got to tell you, I've thought about that ever since we had that conversation, and I got to say, it just turns my stomach at the idea of getting people to subscribe or contribute monetarily in some sort of subscription. I'm just not into it, okay? I'm here to serve you. And that's the last lesson of the guru. No true guru sits on a pedestal above you. And you've heard me say this many times. We all sit at a round table, and we all have a chair that's specifically adjustable so that we're all sitting at exactly the same height, all looking at each other eye to eye. There was a time in this life and in past lives where the level of awareness I had is eclipsed by the awareness you have today. I am no more nor no less than you. We are all special and unique. So when it comes to gurus, I would say be willing to look at the path another is offering you. But be aware You are to walk any path you choose in your own way. And if that supposed teacher or guru is not lifting you up, is not helping you stand up when you need it, and is more concerned about what's happening with them instead of dealing with you, I would suggest that you find yourself a new one. And if at any time, whether it's myself or anyone else, if at any time anything that's ever said to you does not ring true, pay attention to that inner ringing. Pay attention to that inner being. First and foremost, it will never, ever, ever, did I say ever, let you down. Much love this evening. Namaste from myself and, of course, Kelly. Hopefully another beautiful day tomorrow. Going to finish off those stairs on the deck and contemplate the next subject that we can bring and talk to you about. Again, all our love. Namaste. Have a beautiful Monday night. Take care.